Hail! 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 Barcelona! Hail! Hail! We have gotten our very first defeat of the season, and it was a very, very heavy defeat. First of all, I'm not going to totally blame Hansi Flick for the selection for today, because I know that we have a Champions League game and we need to rest our players. But what I'm going to blame Hansi Flick is the mode of resting the players. I'm coming to that. But before I talk about that one, let me first assure you that I don't know what a player like Ferran Torres is doing in this current Barcelona team. There are situations where players should be allowed to move on if they are no longer needed in their current team. I'll give you instances. Sane was never a bad player, or Sane has never been a bad player, but he was asked to move on from Manchester City simply because his style no longer fits the club. Simply because his style no longer favors Pep Guardiola's style. He was asked to move along. Sane was never a bad player. I'm not saying Ferran Torres is a very bad player, no. But this is his time for him to move along and leave Barcelona. He no longer fits into the system. Another example is Sterling, Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling was excellent, but he was also asked to move on because his style no longer fits the Pep Guardiola pattern. We also saw players like Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus leaving the team because he no longer fit in. They are not bad players. This is the same thing with Ferran Torres. That guy should be asked to leave the club. He should leave the club. His pattern no longer suits the club. The club is now playing a different style than what he knows how to play. His pattern now is now outdated for the club and is no longer needed. Look at the way he messed himself up today. Look at the way he spoiled Barcelona's game. Look at the way he completely destroyed what they came to play. Even the one he had the opportunity to score, he still played it straight to the goalkeeper. The one he had the opportunity to score, he was looking lost. He was looking lost in the field. Even the Pavito that is not so experienced played better than him today. He was the person that scored the goal for Barcelona. He played better than Ferran Torres today. What a poor performance. That is the reason why I'm saying that at the transfer window, you are looking for players to sell. Why is Ferran Torres' name not being mentioned as players that should leave Barcelona? Those of you, during the transfer window, those of you that have been following me, I made videos about players who Barcelona would most likely sell, and Ferran Torres was never in that list. And I tried to wonder, how is he evading the list? That guy should leave Barcelona. He's no longer in that, or else he's going to update himself, because with what I saw today, I can conclude that Barcelona's system doesn't fit him. And then on the part of Hansi Flick, I know that the players need rest. It's important to rest your players, and above all, the young players like Lamine Yamal and the rest of them. I know rotation is required for a football club. I know all this. But then again, there's what we call build up to squad rotation. What I mean build up to squad rotation is that prior to this time, you usually play Lamine Yamal full 90 minutes. There are some games that, like the Villarreal game and the other game we won 7-0. There are some games that we've started winning already. That is the time you start giving these players some amount of rest. When they start winning, if Barcelona start winning, that's why Pep Guardiola's system will still be one of the best. If his key player starts winning and he knows that he has a big game along the line, he'll start planning himself ahead. Hansi Flick would have started, when it comes to 70 minutes, 80 minutes, start removing your key players. Don't allow them to finish the game. That is what I've been expecting from Hansi Flick. And that is a little mistake I'm trying to point out for Hansi Flick. Because now, this rotation now was too sudden, and he left the Barcelona team without key players. The Barcelona started this game with their key players, this outcome wouldn't have happened. And again, I like using Pep Guardiola because he's one of the best managers in history. Now, if you watch Pep Guardiola, if he wants to rest his players, he would prefer to rest them at the later stages of the game rather than the beginning part of the game. What I mean is that, look at the way Hansi Flick wanted to rest his players. He wanted to rest them. They will not play first half, and then after 60 minutes, they will not come in and finish the game off. This is the way he planned to rest his players. But if it's Pep Guardiola, he will play his players until 50-something to 60 minutes. When he's sure that these players have won the game, he will now remove them and tell them to go and rest. You understand? That's the way I thought he would have rested these players. First of all, use your players to secure the win. Use your players to secure the win. When you've secured the win, you cannot think of resting them. That's the difference between the Pep Guardiola system and the Hansi Flick system. This Pep Guardiola system would have worked to here today, because Pep Guardiola obviously could have started Lamine Yamal, Rafinha and the rest of them. When he has started winning 2-0, that is when he will now remove them to go and rest. This is what I'm trying to say. It was a very big disappointment. The first half was a disappointment. The second half was still a disappointment. It was still my Barcelona that spoiled my ticket today. To see my Barcelona, those of you in our group, you know what I'm talking about. To see Barcelona that spoiled our game today. They couldn't win the game. They couldn't win either half. They damaged everything. They damaged everything, and I'm so sad. I'm so unhappy because of the result we got today. In as much as this is our very first loss in the La Liga this season, I still believe Barcelona could have done more than they did today. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Don't forget to share this video and follow me for more. Thank you so much for watching.